games called KanJam for grades level 6 through 8. Equipment you can use that you need will be, you can have right here the KanJam brand, the baskets and the frisbee. If you don't have these right here, then you can use your own, just a laundry basket and maybe a little bit one taller than that, and cones. You can use your own type of frisbees. Gameplay wise, here are the baskets, and right here are the cones for the students to stand behind. First off, you'll start out with this student right here, throwing it a frisbee with a backhand throw or forehand towards the basket. And the objective is if it either lands in the basket, that's a point. If it direct hits it, that's a point. Or the student behind the basket can smack it into the basket. Point system wise, we go by is if you were to directly hit the basket, that is 1 point. If you were to throw the frisbee and the student right here is to hit the frisbee into it and rings it, that is 2 points. But if the student is to hit the frisbee and it's to hit the side of the basket, that's still 1 point because that's a direct hit to the basket. If you are to throw the frisbee and it lands inside of the basket and rings it inside, that is 3 points. Games will be played to 21. You will rotate right here. This student will go to right here. The student who just threw will go behind the basket, and the person behind the basket will come behind the cone to wait on their turn to throw. Rules are students cannot grab the frisbee that are behind the basket, so you cannot grab the frisbee and toss it into the basket. You must directly hit it with your hands or smack it. No cheating with points. Make sure you're keeping up with the points. So a good way to do this is to make your students say the points out loud every time it happens. And you must stay behind the cone when throwing the frisbee, so you're not stepping in front of the cone and having a shorter distance of a throw. A player behind the basket must remain behind the basket or side to side of the basket. You're not allowed to step in front of the basket. You cannot interfere with other team's throws. So say player A cannot go to player B side and hit the frisbee while it's in the air. Just make sure you go over rules like that with them. Management wise, have the equipment set out in front of all of the students, so when they get in there they can jump into the game. Students sitting out in front of you, explain the rules and make sure you explain the point system. Walk around and make sure your students are doing it correctly when they're throwing the frisbee, so you're still going over skill cues and correct form. And have students clean up all of the equipment after the game's over.